Download it online for free. Watch a book if you don't like to read. Watch a book summary on YouTube on Rich Dad Poor Dad, or go on audible.com. You can listen to books now, right? I no longer read books. I listen to books now, right? Listen to audible.com, right? Just get this information into your brain. It's about survival now. If you're not financially educated, you actually don't really stand a chance, right? For the past 10 years, we've been waiting very patiently for this recession. And now that it's here, lots of people that, refuse to expose themselves to this education now have no choice, right? The tagline for this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is, what the rich teach their kids about money, that the poor middle class do not. As you can see, my book is really old. I read this book back in 2005. Now, my landlady was trying to get me to read this book for years, and I was only talking cheap because I don't like to read, right? And then when I started Roy Tech and Portisfield, all the rich kids were going to school, right? I realized they were reading the book. I found that kind of strange. So where are the girls, I saw her reading it in the corridor, and I was like, why are you reading that book? She said, well, my father making me read it. I said, father, I know her dad he has a huge architectural firm. He's really, really well paid, right? I said, if your father making you read that book, can I borrow it for a second? I read the introduction. So there's a little tip. You know what? Don't go buy Rich Dad Poor Dad in the bookstores. Don't go and buy. Here's what to do. Go to the bookstore, pick it up, read the introduction, and then try not to buy it. You get nightmares, right? You have to buy this book when you read the introduction. It's something that you should read. This kind of information should be in the school system. It's actually a crime against humanity not to teach people about money and about investing in the school system. This is capitalism. And we live in a capitalist world. This is not a Marxist world. I know the unions like to push that trail of thought, but it's not a Marxist world, it's a capitalist world. And if you don't know about capitalism, you are a sitting duck, waiting for the next recession to take your job away and take your lifestyle away, take your house away. During the financial crisis, millions of people lost their jobs worldwide. We are a bit lucky, right? Because we had some things going for us. The gas prices were high, oil prices were still kind of high, so we got through. Only people kind of feel on HCU, right? But this recession here, with prices so low, now is the time to really dig down and start doing this stuff. For your own sake, for your family's sake, and for your future generation's sake. And the reason why I say future generations is because financial education tends to spread from generation to generation. We take our financial advice from our parents, and they take their financial advice from their parents. That's why the rich keep on getting richer. And the rich people are teaching their kids this stuff, right? If you're born in a business family, you are going to be a business owner. If you go to, my favorite Chinese restaurant in St. Augustine, the owner is a very wealthy man. He still works in the kitchen with his workers, right? He owns a lot of the buildings on Eastern Main Road. His kids work in the restaurant. Carnival time, when all their friends play mass, they're in the restaurant working. They get accustomed to what it's like to run a business. They know how to do accounts. They know how to cash. They know how to serve customers and make customers smile. They know how to make it buy extra wontons, right? They know how to sell. These skills are very, very important in business. You have to actually learn business. It's no longer about just being an employee anymore. So please get this book, right? We don't make any money if you get this book on your own. Download it for free, as I said, right? I don't like to say that would have been recorded, but hey, what? Go and get it online, right? Read it for yourself. Now, the reason why Rich Dad Poor Dad is important, this guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, his name is Robert Kiyosaki. He's the guy that invented this concept. Rich Dad Poor Dad became a 6-time New York Times bestseller. Sold millions of copies worldwide. It changed millions of people's lives. Right? That's why everybody here kind of heard about the book. Because everybody talks about it. They buy it for their friends Christmas time. But we want people to move beyond that and get it for themselves. And read the book. Actually read the book. Right? So the guy Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, he actually invented a business school that taught the same thing. We use a simulation-based approach to teach business, investing, and finance, right? And it's actually working really, really well. So, every human being is a genius. You all knew that? Every human being is a genius. Who here loves to read? Raise your hands. Be honest. Wow, lots of nerds in here. That's good. Okay, but not everybody loves to read. I don't think you all can see that on the small screen, but anyway. I'm really cheap, so I have old signs, right? And I'll show you why in a second. This here is called the code of learning. This shows the most effective ways to learn. And what's the least effective way to learn here? It's called, you see that? It's called reading. You only remember 10% of what you read, right? That's not very effective, is it? Think of the last book you read, trying to remember all the information from it, can you? Second worst way to learn is just hearing words. Going to seminars and hearing words. Remember the last seminar you went to, the last talk you heard? You know, after today, you're going to forget most of what Mr. McCall told you today. You only remember 20% of what you hear, right? And all those who have photographic memories, raise your hands, all those photographic memories. Oh gosh, we hate y'all because we go to exams, we sit down next to y'all just writing away, y'all don't study. You pass it, we get vexed. Yeah, you know? But anyway, just looking at pictures, you only remember 30% of what you see. And this is where our education system is based. You go to class, read the textbook, listen to lecture, true? Do your homework, cram for exams the night before, pass with flying colors, and then 2 weeks later you forget everything. And people think that's normal. That's actually not normal, that's weird, that's failure. The most effective way to learn and how most people make it in the world of business is they go there and they do the real thing. They go there and they make mistakes. And they make mistakes. And they don't care how many mistakes they make. No, eventually they're going to succeed. These are classic entrepreneurs. I know they like to call us risk takers, but you know, we don't really like that term. This guy here, you all know this guy? Huh? Everybody know him, right? 1%. Yeah, the 1%. Do you know this 1% can expand? This guy, he died recently, Norman Sabga. He started business at age 15, had no choice. He had to take over his father's business because his father was sick, right? He became one of the most successful businessmen in the country. Lots of people have him as a role model. You should have him as a role model too. You don't have to be serious to have him as a role model, right? People like him are all over the world. The unfortunate fact about what's happening today is that we need more people like him. We need more of you all to start thinking like him. Because there are not enough jobs for all the employees our education system produces. Our education system is designed to produce employees, true? That's why most of us here are employees. We're doing the right thing. Our parents tell us, go to school, get good grades, and get a safe, secure job. And they didn't tell us that JOB stands for just over jail? Just over broke. JOB stands for just over broke. Who here love being broke? Raise your hands. Nobody, right? Okay. Just over broke. They didn't tell us the truth. Right? So, Richard Porter is a very, very powerful book. Get it? Robert Kiyosaki wrote other books. We'll go through that in a second. Right? Now, the mission of our company is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity. And when you're growing up business, the most important part of the business is not your product. Everybody thinks, I have the best product at the best price and the best location. Because of that, everybody's going to come to me and buy. Is that true? No, you can have the best product in the world. Nobody going to knock on your door and your phone ain't going to ring. You have to be able to have the number one skill in business. Anybody know what's the number one skill in business? Huh? What's your name? No. Sinisha. Give Sinisha a round of applause. Very good. Your people skills. Your number one skill in business is your ability to sell. Your ability to sell. Almost everybody who has made it in local business here in Trinidad and Tobago started off in sales. I know the older ones will remember they going door to door selling cloth and surgery bill could go by going door to door selling insurance. It starts off in sales. You know Langham products? Yeah. I met Langston a couple of years ago and the first thing I said was, how you learn to sell? What do you do? He's very wealthy. LRI Industries or something because it's a general company. And he started laughing. He said, how you know I start off in sales? I was like, obviously. He said, boy, I started off selling soap and thing with my mom and going door to door selling soap. And then he started selling chemicals. He built that company from scratch. He went to university with my parents. And my parents are classic employees. They're very educated. Right? And my mom said she remember seeing Langston going store to store in the mall and the plazas and stuff selling chemicals. And she was like, why are you doing that? He in university and he doing that. Why you had to do that? That's so low. She didn't know at the time. Now she knows better. My mom is a hustler, hardcore. My mom is part of all my businesses. Right? Very aggressive businesswoman. She's actually the reason I'm in business now. Because when we started off, when we discovered Cashflow, I started off while I was in university. I realized I read Richard Pollard and I hooked up with other people from Roytech who also read Richard Pollard because we were determined not to become employees of the people in the school. Because all those rich kids, they weren't really serious about life. They would really, you know, we were sitting in the front of the class trying to get straight A's, true? Are you ready? Yeah. And they sit in the back and break time, they go and smoke their cigarettes and thing, and they weren't serious. We were beating them in exams and we were like, wow, we're ahead of them. But you know what? Guess what? We're going to be working for them. That's not fair. So I kept on reading the Richard books and realized Robert Kiyosaki said he invented a simulation that taught the same thing. So we bought it because this is in here, because it's a game. So we thought it was going to be fun. Right? We thought it's just going to be a lot of fun, so we bought it. And we played our first game in December 16, 2005 at Roytech. And it blew us away because we were doing a degree in business administration. And I think that's what made our Cashflow different from everybody else in the world. Not only because I was way younger, but because I was actually studying a degree in business at the exact same time. And we were blown away because everything that we learned for an entire semester of school, we basically learned that in 2 hours or 3 hours of playing. And we were like, whoa, this is weird. So I went to my finance lecturer, who was the legendary Cecil Sylvester. He was the country's top financial trainer at the time. We went to them and said, Cecil, we saw this thing, this game that teaching finance, investing, business, real estate, stocks, retirement plan, insurance, all kind of thing at the same time. It's crazy. You know what he did? You know what he told us? Forget that stupidness. Focus on your school. Your project to do. Focus on your project. He discouraged us from holding these sessions. And we gladly disobeyed. We kept them going every week and every month, right? We got permission from the school to keep the sessions going. And when we graduated, of course, they kicked us out. But, you know, when I entered the working world, I did exactly what the Richard book says, was learn to sell, because that's the #1 skill. I entered Guardian Life, just like my friend here. I started off as a financial advisor, and Guardian opened the doors to us. Before that, before I got that job, churches and people opened their houses to us to hold these Cashflow sessions. My mom is an accountant. She still is, right? But she's a really good accountant. So she disagreed with what we were teaching people because we had a different definition of an asset compared to the conventional definition of an asset. So she thought we were teaching people stupidness. So in 2008, I held a cash session at my mom's house in San Fernando because I'm a South guy, you know, so my name is right? I held a session at my mom's house in San Fernando, and I ran out of house with about 45 people from all over the country, because by that time, you know, when Facebook came out in 2007, we were one of the first people to do a group on Facebook. And that's when it started getting really popular. People tracking us down from all over the country. Rich people, poor people, all kind of people, right? And we realized that the game made people talk, so we were learning about business, learning about stocks, learning about real estate from whoever came, whatever background they came from, whatever experience they had, right? It's a grand learning experience. So we just kept those sessions going because we want to be rich one day, right? And when I held that session at my mom's house, I remember she grabbed me by the shirt and she pulled me in the kitchen, and she's like, no more free sessions, no more free sessions. And she's going crazy. I was like, what's wrong with you? She could not believe people are learning so fast, and the things they were learning as well, because she's an ACCA accountant, right? And that took her years to learn, and to see people learn at such a rapid rate. She couldn't believe. She said, you have to start charging people. And she stopped me doing free sessions from then on. So we started putting the deal together, started trying to figure out how to monetize this, because by that time I had about 200, or somewhere about 200, 300 Cashflow members at the time. And we were trying to figure out how to monetize this, how to turn it into a business. And we were going to design an event called I Invest, and we were going to hold it at the Center of Excellence. And the planning for that was all on Facebook and stuff, you know, because that's what Facebook is all about. It's all about sharing information, right? And in the midst of applying for that event, the Richard company saw what we were doing and, you know, offered us the opportunity to become an official Cashflow club, right? And we did it. We launched in Center of Excellence in 2009, and the rest is history. We just kept those sessions going. I think This is the actual session we launched in 2009 at Center of Excellence, right? Created a lot of interest. This is Langston's son here, Jason Roach, right? Playing Cashflow, learning the skills his father taught him for all those years, because he went to Roger with me as well, when I originated in Roger, right? So since then, we haven't turned back. We really focus on the insurance industry because those are the ones that open the doors for us first, right? And we have been training financial advisors ever since, and of course, the entire general public. Do 6-week courses and we do workshops all over the country. And we need more people to get educated in this. We always blame the government for not diversifying the economy. It's really up to us to diversify the economy. We have to produce more entrepreneurs and investors. Not just entrepreneurs alone, entrepreneurs and investors. Because guess what? In some projects you're going to be an entrepreneur, in other projects you're going to be an investor. You have to learn both. An entrepreneur needs to know how an investor thinks. An investor needs to know how an entrepreneur thinks. That's why Rich Dad Poor Dad is such a powerful book. It's very, very important. And mind you, if this book is not in an entrepreneurship course, it's not an entrepreneurship course. Don't be fooled. Because a lot of those textbooks are not written by entrepreneurs. They're written by academics. Academics are not entrepreneurs. Sorry to say. Right? So a lot of institutions that are designed to produce employees are now offering entrepreneurship courses and they're not having this book as part of their curriculum. Big mistake. Don't waste your time. Because after you finish those courses, you're going to get a job. Right? So I'm going to show you all something. This here is called the Cashflow quadrant. This shows the 4 different types of people that make up the world of business and investing. So this here you have employees, you have self-employed people, right? Business owners and investors. Which side is the poor middle class and which side is the rich? This side here is the poor middle class, employees and self-employed. And this here is the rich. Our education system is not a failure. We changed our tune over the years. Back in this, you say it's a failure. It's not a failure. It's actually a roaring success. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. It's designed to produce employees. Record pace. It's doing very, very well. And Trinidad and Tobago is second to none with education. Besides somebody in disruptive high schools out there. They're doing pretty well. They're there to they're designed to produce employees. And every single year, more and more graduates from universities are coming on with degrees and masters to get a job. Not enough jobs for them. We don't even define it in Trinidad and Tobago. In the UK, they call it youth unemployment. Big problem. There are not enough jobs for all these young people who have degrees looking for jobs. Right? A lot of the educated employees, the very, what we call smart ones, that's not a measure of intelligence. Let me just put it that way. Right? They become self-employed. These are lawyers, the doctors, accountants, and they own private practice. All those small business owners that stand up right behind the cash register. They don't need employees that come around. You know that type? They're here, they're self-employed, right? They're all poor middle class. They all work in what we call the rat race. They're in the rat race. These guys here are rich. Our whole purpose is to train these guys and to get more people on this side. Because let me tell you, in Trinidad, or most countries, is 90% of people are here, 10% are here. Trinidad is more like 95 and 5, right? We want to kind of tip the balance in this favor a bit now, right? And I think now is the time. So the politicians know of us, the trade unions know of us, and they're not using us. And we think that's sad. Because now in a recession, now they have absolutely no excuse. They're not using our programs, right? We met with other institutions that are designed to help entrepreneurs get financing and stuff. But those institutions are designed for self-employed people, not real entrepreneurs. A major difference between this side and this side as well is how they pay taxes. These guys pay taxes before or after expenses. Think about it. When you get your salary, and taxes come up before, you can't even touch it. One time. So these guys pay taxes before. These guys pay taxes after expenses. So don't quote me on this. I'm not an accountant, but what's a smart way to pay less taxes if you're on this side? If you pay taxes after expenses. Huh? Or you can just ramp up your expenses, like your movie town trip, business trip, meeting in Tobago, business meeting. Can't wait. Huh? Yeah. Right. So there are a lot of things you can do because you have more control. Right? There are lots of ways to pay less taxes. Some corporations actually pay no taxes. I don't want that too. Right? Yeah, there are a lot of legal ways to get away from taxes. You ever heard of remember those files that came out in Panama Papers? Billion-dollar companies not paying any taxes. You think anybody went to jail? You have anybody going to jail on CNN? No! They ain't going to jail, it's perfectly legal. You understand, Cayman Islands? You can get away with murder. Not literally murder, but without paying taxes. It's a kind of a sad situation. But the system is really there to help these guys succeed. Right? So, this education is very, very important. Right? Very, very important. So we want more of your family members, and we want you all to start thinking like business owners and investors. And start, investing in your education so you can start making the progress back to the right-hand side of the cash flow quadrant. And even buy real estate and stuff that, you wanna, when an employee dies, what usually happens? What do they leave behind? Most times bills, right? Talk to him and you see for yourself. He's a financial advisor, he deals with that on a regular basis. A lot of times don't even have insurance. Insurance is already estate, you already need life insurance. If you die, your family have to pay all those bills. Right? My grandfather was a business owner and an investor. Right? And my grandfather made the classic mistake a lot of business owners make. My grandfather made good money and he sent his kids to the best schools to get the best education, and then they become employees. That happens regularly, even in those communities where no one gets from. It happens regularly. It's a big classic mistake that happens worldwide. Right? My grandfather died in 1999. That was a long time ago, 19 years ago. To this day, I still have investments from my grandfather. Right? He was into agriculture. Now this is business. Right? So the ones on this side, when they die, they leave behind an estate, business and real estate. Some people we meet, especially with this new business here, Arima, some people we meet have a lot of money, a lot of real estate going back generations. Some of them own islands, you all know that? Some people in this country own islands or not. Their great grandfather was a slave owner, property everywhere. To this day, they still have it. Right? So you have to start thinking like that. When you die, you want to leave behind an estate. You want your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids to benefit from your wealth. Right? And you want them to be exposed to this education as well. So employees, they have a job, they earn a salary every month. Self-employed people, they own a job. Because if like your accountant who has his own private practice, if he steps away from his business, what do you think happens? Does he still make money? No! No! How are you making money if he's not working? He had to work. No! He is the job. He is self-employed. He's there by himself. And if you get in trouble to remember that, S also stands for suicidal. Because the more successful you are, the harder you have to work. That's why they get heart attacks and all kind of thing. Right? Business owners, they own a system and people work for them. So the skills of a business owner is completely different from a self-employed person. And investors, money works for them. And he mentioned it. You want your money to work for you. Right? So let me just define the differences one time. There's no right or wrong to investing and finance. Right? Our education is very different from the conventional. So his advice, especially to you all, would be more suited for this side. Right? Our advice will be more suited for people on this side of people making the trek to this side. Right? And I'll show you why in a minute. Right? Because the asset classes that we teach people to invest in. You all know asset classes? Things that make you money. Because we have a different definition of an asset. Let me just define that. An asset puts money into your pocket every single month, whether you work or not. What does an asset do?
Put money
Into your pocket every single month, whether you work or not. Therefore, a liability takes money out your pocket. So an asset puts money And a liability takes money. So the house you're living in, asset or liability?
Liability.
Big liability.
Both if you're renting out.
Well, he's a smart guy. So he did Cashflow, by the way. Not our Cashflow, but he played Cashflow before, so he's a bit more knowledgeable. Stop saying what do you think now? Anyway, so to make your house an asset, you could rent out. I remember a guy, business guy from South, he bought a mansion after he did Cashflow. We were kind of confused. We were like, you do Cashflow, that's what you do, you're going to buy a mansion? He said, no, Rog. A mansion in Freeport. We and the family live upstairs. And downstairs of the mansion have apartments. And the rental income from the apartments is enough to cover all the mortgage payments and all the expenses of the property. So it's a true asset. It brings money to the pocket every single month. That's a true asset. The car you drive, asset or liability? What if it's a BMW? With nice rims and everything? A BMW?
Unless you're renting it.
Unless you're renting out a BMW?
Yeah.
Alright, exactly. Like what you're thinking. Now we're talking about. So your car is actually a liability, but you can make it an asset. Right? And if the car is owned by your business, it's part of an asset. Right? So this is simple financial education that even a child can understand. In fact, we made a mistake and traded a 16-year-old kid back in 2009. He only attended like 2 sessions of Cashflow, right? And my boy went back to school and got permission from his school to do a cake sale. And by the time he just kept that sale going, he only got like a day permission. He kept that sale going. And by the time his school caught up to him, he was selling juice, cookies, and stationery, making $2,000 a week, which is more than his teacher's salary. He got suspended. After that, we say, okay, strictly adults, 18 years and over, right? Yeah. But now, because of recession, we kind of being a lenient now, so we're thinking seriously about doing some teenager workshops because we realize they really mean it. And if they're going to get in trouble for making money in school, might as well get in trouble. The rock the boat now, right? So we made that decision. So there are 3 types of assets, right? So the first one is what you heard about from Mr. McLeod. We actually call them paper assets. We call them more in depth. We call them paper assets. These are your stocks, bonds, mutual funds. We don't consider, well, we are different. So we don't consider insurance an asset. Insurance is actually a necessity. We need insurance. Insurance is not an investment to us, right? But paper assets are stocks, bonds, mutual funds, CDs, hedge funds, all that stuff. Second asset class is, anybody knows? Second asset class is?
Real estate.
Real estate! Yeah. Real estate. I'm still learning real estate. When my team decided, Roger, it's time for us to invest in real estate. The first thing I did, because I'm spoiled, first thing I did was say, I wonder if I could find y'all know the third asset class? I wonder if I could find a business that sells real estate. That way I'll be forced to learn about real estate. So the third asset class is? Business. I love business. Who here love business? All those who love business, raise hand. Raise it high. Business is the bomb. I love it. You too. I love business. Business is fun. These guys having a ball. Don't let them have all the fun. Business is a ton of fun. Start business. Start making money. Making money is fun, isn't it so? We love to make money. Raise hand. Be honest. Making money is tons of fun. Don't let them have all the fun. Sir Dupree died a very, 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 very rich man. Right? And sales starts off hard in the earlys when you don't know how to sell and people start, rejecting you and stuff and treating you like crap. It starts off that way. But when you start getting good at selling, that's when it becomes fun. I'm selling now. Look at the big smile on my face. It's a recession. I own 4 businesses. I'm expanding all 4 at the same time. It's hard. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. My competition, contracting. I'm taking market share from them. Right? So these 3 asset classes, business, real estate, and paper assets. Out of these 3 asset classes, which one is the riskiest by far?
Business.
Business. Wait, anybody else?
Real estate.
Real estate, what else? Anybody else?
Make the money, Jonah.
Let me show you which one is the riskiest by far. It's paper assets. Paper assets are the riskiest by far. And here's why. You have absolutely no control over it. If you buy a mutual fund, you know the manager, or the fund manager or something, does that affect whether the price goes up or down? No. You buy stocks of a company you analyze, and you know the annual report inside out. Does that matter whether the price goes up or down? You know the board member at First Citizens Bank, and they buy, when they come up with the IPO back in 2010 or 11, somewhere there. You know the board members. Does that affect whether the price goes up or down? No, it doesn't matter. Because you have no control. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how much you can read, how much numbers you can read. It don't matter if you're a genius like Warren Buffett. You have absolutely no control of your investment. Real estate. If you're renting a 3-bedroom house and they're charging $3,500 for it, I hope they're not charging so little for it. Anyway, let's pretend they're charging $3,500 for it. How can you charge $5,000 a month?
That floor per ceiling fan.
Probably for ceiling fan, not fan like that. A ceiling fan. Air conditioning. What else could you do? Huh?
If the interior, exterior, and interior, you lift it.
Yep. Not lift it physically, but you know, uplift it. What else can you do?
Security cameras, people happy.
Boom! Security cameras. Or you can target expats. My friend in South was renting his house for 5,000 TT a month. He started targeting expats. He started charging 5,000 US a month. And he got away with it for like a year and a half. 5,000 US a month. That company rented the house for a year and a half. He made real money. Right? My landlady, because I still live in the same apartment building I was staying in since university. I love where I live. I'm originally from San Fernando. I still have a house with my mom. But in Cuba, because most of my business is there, I held on to that apartment because it's beautiful and it's cheap. I'm cheap, right? Beautiful and it's cheap, and it's in a nice central location. The other day, my landlady built a fountain. A fountain! I started getting nervous when I see that fountain get built. Because I know that's going to come out of our rent. Because the house has 17 bedrooms. And if you see the house, beautiful, flowers in the front, and people come to see me and they say, "Wait, Rod, you real rich." I don't even tell them I just rented a room here. I even bother to tell them that. It's a beautiful home. Every time she upgrades something or she paints or something, I know rent going up. Sorry, their rent going up, not mine. Because I give them free financial advice. I get away, my rent cheap. Right? So, you have full control of your investment. In business, if business starts slowing down, how can you improve sales? How can you increase the amount of money you make in business?
That's tough.
Huh?
That's tough.
Change your marketing strategy. How do you make more money in your business?
Discounts.
Do a sale, yes, that's what they do. Bargains, or marketing campaign, or social media marketing campaign. That works really, really well. I use Facebook a lot. Facebook is a gold mine. What else can you do? Sales training. I own a sales training company. I'm having a ball right now because it's a recession and lots of companies' sales are dropping. People get nervous. So now when we call companies, instead of saying, "Nah, I ain't ready for me to you now," now they're saying, "Yeah, next week. Please, next week. Okay, yeah. I call the next company next week. Yeah, okay, good, yeah. I call the next company, yes, yeah. Can we meet tomorrow? Yes, sales. Sales training. You have full control over your investment if you're a business owner. Full control. But paper assets, you have absolutely no control. Right? So, you all understand everything so far? I lost my pointer. Right. Okay. So, you can go on richdad.com and see for yourself. You can actually practice doing cash flow online, right? Or even join a cash flow club like ours. We actually run one of Rich Dad's largest cash clubs in the world, right? One of the largest. We don't know if we're really the largest. It's between us and the next huge club in Cambodia. So we kind of try and figure out who is larger between us two, right? And there's another large one in the States as well, right? So we're too short because we passed the 1,000 member mark in 2011, and since then we lost count. And we trained way more people after 2011 than before 2011. So we really don't know. Small company, lots of volunteers. It's volunteer run, right? But our mission as a company is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity. That's our mission. That's why we do free talks. I'm not getting paid for this talking.
Yeah, I know them though.
We do. It's not real cool. But we do this all the country. So you can actually book us for free talk. You can book us for free talk because we just want to reach as many people as possible, get more people into business, help them grow their business, whether it's for free or whatever. We have a lot of Cashflow members that have a lot of different services. We have a business coach now. We have an attorney. This is my attorney. She's really, really good. She's a genius. You know, she's involved with Arima, so she loves. She's one of those that goes through the classified ads and dreams. Okay, I want that one. I want that one. That property, nice. Oh my gosh. So when we came to her, I was like, when we part of Arima, she's like, yeah. She didn't even think about it, right? So you'll hear from her in a bit, right? So I want to show y'all one last thing before I move on, right? Because you know, at Cashflow, we talk about money and we talk about business, right? We're not ashamed of it. We have nothing to hide. So I want to show you all why the rich keep on getting richer and richer, and why the poor middle class will always remain poor middle class, right? So what I'm going to draw for you is an abstract version of this. This is called a financial statement, an income statement and balance sheet, right? Very, very simple.
They're not small ones, so we can.
Yeah, we pass it around. Yeah. We're going to take that home and check it out yourself. Right? So, this is very, very simple. This is not rocket science. Right? Look how simple it is. That's simple, right? I tell you, even a child can understand this. So, this here is income, expenses. Check out the board, don't look at the paper. Expenses. The bottom here we have assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities. Okay. So, our parents tell us, go to school, get good grades and get a safe, secure job. True? And they didn't tell us that GOB stands for? Say it louder, be quiet.
Just over broke.
Just over broke. And it's true. Even we've seen financial statements of some managers at financial institutions that making between $45,000 and $55,000 a month. They drive a nice car, they wear nice clothes, they think, oh, they're rich. Driving a Mercedes Benz and they're living in Westmoreland. They just over broke too, trust me on that. Their expenses are high. So when they finish paying off all the expenses, they left with a couple $100 to play around with them, just like y'all. Just over broke. Don't judge people by how they look. When you look at the financial statement, it tells a different story. So, just over broke. To earn an income every month, they pay off the expenses, but they buy liabilities. They think of assets. Like the house, the car. I hear people taking loans carnival time to play mass and go all inclusive fest. True?
Yes.
They're taking loans Christmas time to buy presents. They're taking loans Easter time to go to Tobago. And then they take a next loan August time to go on vacation with the kids and the wife. Yes, it's a reality now. Just over broke. So everyone, this is the cash flow, how the cash flows. They have a bunch of liabilities, no assets. No assets. They have Mercedes Benz, mansion in Westmoreland, where they live in. High house mortgage, high car payments, loan payments. Even they send the kids to private school. Money again. The expenses are extremely high. This here, this expense column. This is the crystal ball to your future. This is what makes you or breaks you. Right? The trick with this thing, if you want to be wealthy, you want to be rich, you want a lot of sources of income, and you want low expenses. When I laugh and joke that I'm cheap, this is an understatement. You come to my office, I'm a utilitarian, if you call it that. My competitors in the real estate market, their offices are fancy. They have high expenses. My expenses are super low. You come into the office, the chair's not like this, but classic chairs. Super low expenses. My rent all high, but it's a lot lower than a lot of people rent. All our competitors' rent are extremely high. Right? So, our expenses are low. So let me show you all, before I depress you all too much, let me show you all the cash flow pattern of a rich person who's somebody who thinks like a rich person. Because it starts here. This is your most important asset. And you are a genius. Don't underestimate your level of intelligence. The school system might not be able to reach you because of the lame ways that we have to teach. Our school system was developed in the 19th century to turn farm kids into to give them something called industrial discipline, to work in the factories. That's why you have rote learning, to do rote tasks, right? They don't want you to be able to think and to think for yourself. Just do the job, be obedient. You see it in the schools now. They line up for assembly, sing the national anthem like little robots. They go to class, do not talk, sit there and shut up. Like factory workers, right? Now we need people who can think, and our school system is not delivering, right? So let me show you all the cash flow pattern of a rich person or somebody thinks like a rich person. Even if they have a job, preferably in sales, because that's the number one skill, they earn an income every month, they pay off the expenses, but they buy assets. What do assets do? Put money into your pocket every single month. So this is what an asset does. An asset puts money into your pocket. And all we simply do, everybody in Cashflow Club who attends our sessions, we constantly buy more and more assets over and over and over again, right? The richest people in the world, Richard Branson, you all know Richard Branson? Billionaire, owns Virgin Airlines, right? He's not a virgin, he owns Virgin Airlines, right? Always in Tobago. Why? He loves Tobagonian people. He has over 350 assets, and that's just business. We don't even know how much real estate he has. You know, just the other day he bought an island called Necker Island. You know that island? I mean, we never went to it, but it's his island. But his island makes him £20,000 a night when people stay there. It's an asset. He's making money from his island. He didn't have it for style. You feel you gonna walk around naked on the island all day long? No! It's there to make money, like anything else. This is why a lot of people are in trouble, because the only source of income is their salary, their job. And when they lose their job, what happens? Most people can last 3 months. How long can you last if you lose your job? If you lose it tomorrow, what's gonna happen? How long could you pay rent and buy food? Right? If you have one source of income, you're living a very, very risky life. You need multiple sources of income. I met a cleaner at UE who makes very low salary, like 3,000 something, no, 4,000 a month, right? And he has kids, with that, minor kids with that kind of money, right? He came to Cashflow and he realized you could create assets out of anything. So he lives on the main road, and he realized he could rent out a space to a vendor for $2,000 a month. See that? He did it. So he started making $2,000 a month extra. So his money every month went from $4,000 to $6,000. I said, but if that space making me $2,000, I gotta rent out the space too for another $2,000. And so he did. He started making $4,000 extra a month. And then he started getting greedy. He was like, well, if that making money and that making money, I gotta rent out this space and this space and this space and this space on the corner. And he started doing that because he had the main road. And it's as simple as that, multiple sources of income. Even if you have a parlor making $3,000 a month, that's not much money. If you have 4 parlors making $3,000 a month, how much is that? Huh? I knew that. $12,000 a month, right? That's good money. Multiple sources of income, right? So aim for that. So our education is for people on the right-hand side of the cash flow quadrant, people who want to make that transition. So our education, the books you have to read is completely different from the school system's books. Do not read entrepreneurship books written by academics. It's a waste of time, aka textbooks. Don't do those courses, don't waste your time. Until the day they start introducing Rich Dad Poor Dad to the school system, those books in the entrepreneurship courses, then do it. If not, don't waste your time. Right? So the kind of books we have the classic Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? Sales Dogs. This is actually not even written by Robert. This is the Rich Dad Company, but it's written by one of his best writers, Blessinger. Sales Dogs. You don't have to be an attack dog to be successful in sales. You know, we have a sale of cash flow. Sales equals income. Sales equals income. If you want to make more money in life, learn to sell. Do sales courses. Read sales books. Selling is the number one skill in business. Right? The better you get at sales, the more money you can make. Right? Ask anybody else who's in business. They all start off in sales. Right? I'm sure entrepreneurs will raise capital, but we'll talk about that. So sales dogs is one. Guide to Investing. Very powerful book. It goes through something called the B&I Triangle, which is the 8 parts of a successful business. If I had more time, I'll go through this, but I guess you might have to either invite me again for next talk or come to a casual session. How to buy and sell a business. Do you know that you don't have to start a business from scratch? You can buy a business that already exists. And you just have to look outside. But except for that part on the street. But like, down there, and over there. We selling a building a couple blocks away here. We selling a building down there. A commercial building with businesses in it. You could talk to the owner. People who want to sell their businesses don't put for sale sign on it. You gotta talk to them privately. When my friends go to Trin City Mall, that's my favorite mall right now. When my friends go to Trin City Mall, they are window shopping for clothes and shoes. When I go to the mall, you know what I'm window shopping for? Businesses. My favorite store is Northern Soon. I walk in that store and I'm just like, wow. I don't care about the products they sell. I want the store. And if you don't have the money to buy the store, that's okay. True entrepreneurs raise capital. We raise capital. Next book, Rich Kids Market. Lord, don't give your kids this because they will get in trouble in school. Right? Before you get a job, everything you need to know before you take that leap. This is a really good book. This is actually written by Robert. Right? This is a good one to read if you want to take that leap. But of course, some advice, learn to sell. That's embedded here. Tell you that. They tell you straight in sales. Start off part-time. Have your job. You can have your job, right? And run a part-time business. I mean, you start off here, but eventually you're going to grow to here. So you can have 2 sources of income. I met a guy who was an employee at Petrotrin. He's a consultant as well. He has a CPAP contract. That thing is actually making money. Don't get tired of it. There are some people making mad money in CPAP because they're business owners. They have the team, right? And he had investments in a nursing home in Point Fortin. He's in all 4 quadrants. What a crazy guy. Crazy guy. So, only one corporation. All investments on the right-hand side of the quadrant, including real estate, are done through a limited liability company, not on your own. Always through a limited liability company. Everybody knows why?
Because it's business. Because you can't come for your personal expenses if the business goes belly up.
That too.
I mean your personal income.
Asset protection. She's an attorney. If somebody fall and break the leg in your business place, and you're here, it's when you coming after your personal assets. So if it's a company, it's when the company. Asset protection. That's why they get so rich, right? And they don't want to tell anybody. I think that's one of the reasons we think that our information is kind of suppressed. Because yes, we get on TV, and we get on radio, and we get on a show and everything. But guess what? Not a single article in the papers. It doesn't mean reporters don't do stories on us. They always do. But it always gets cancelled at the last minute. Right? So, maybe, I don't know for sure, but maybe some people don't want this information to come out. So read it for your own sake. Get it online for free. Right? Property management. You know, property management is what makes or breaks a real estate investment. And this here, with the same author, ABCs of real estate investing. Everything you need to know about real estate investing. That's why we're here with Remax. And Tammy's going to introduce Remax after I finish my spiel. Right? If you have a house to sell, boom. We see people become millionaires overnight all the time in the real estate industry. Real estate industry is a $1 billion industry. The other day, Power 102 brought us on, and they had an economist talk. He's like probably an advisor to the government. He sounds so depressed. He's like, the economy is not doing well. Everything, 90% drop in revenues, and blah, 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 blah. And then the host of the show tells me, he's like, Roger, tell us about the real estate market and shit. And I watched and I was like, it's a buyer's market. Prices dropping right now. We're busy. Look at my phone. It's still ringing. Prices dropping finally. People getting wiser. Now real people want to buy real estate. This is good. This is good. Recessions are a lot of fun. For people on this side, recessions are awful. For people who are trained in cash flow, you learn to love recession. Because it's all about buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Lots of opportunities opening up. Businesses for sale, properties for sale. Some people selling the houses because they don't have jobs. Sell their house, they become millionaires, get them into buying some assets for themselves, business or real estate. Right? So this is important information. And last but not least, this book here, Other People's Money. Now, the author of this one fell out with Robert, so this is no longer on the market. But you can get it online. If you don't know how to find it online, tell your kids to find it for you. They'll find it for you very quickly.
Just enter the name of the book and at the end add the PDF and you can download it any.
And take his number after you leave.
Library, yeah, that is our He's not speaking as an employee, as a citizen of
Take his number.
China.
Have you said?
This book is
I
Other
will
People's Money.
have you. Okay, that's my son.
That's your son?
Yes, that's my son.
Your mother? Oh, okay.
Hey, what you doing, boy? What you doing?
You ready, sir? You put no age on it. How to attract other people's money for your investments. The ultimate leverage. Right? True entrepreneurs raise capital. That's why you need to be financially educated and you need to have a strong sales background. Failure to go after those two things means you're going to fail in business and you're going to just be an employee for the rest of your life. Your kids are going to learn from you and become employees as well. Right? Break the cycle from now. It's a blessing that you heard us talk because not much people in the country have heard us talk yet. Right? So everything happens for a reason. Right? Maybe you were meant to be here. Right? So I'll be honest with you. In terms of hair, I am really cheap. My expenses are super low. I don't drive a Mercedes-Benz. Anybody from Cashflow can buy a Mercedes-Benz, they'll get a heart attack. They will get their own heart attack. Because Cashflow changes the way you think. Simulations are very powerful. When you use simulations in education, simulations, remember 90% or more of what you do in a simulation. Think about it logically. If you want to learn to fly a plane, you think it's more effective just reading the textbook? You'll crash! Yeah, you're going to Caribbean Islands, I ain't flying there. I go Liat? No, I ain't going to Liat. But if you practice over and over in a simulation, land the plane, fly the plane, aren't you be able to fly? Same thing in education. You know, if you practice business and investing in a safe environment with simulations, you're going to learn what mistakes not to make. So that when you go in real life to do it in real life, you know exactly what to do. The mistakes, you will still make mistakes, but the mistakes you make will be a lot less. So in terms of the long trial and error learning that most people do in business, over 10, 20, 30-year period, it cuts down into a 5-year period. So we usually meet a lot of very wealthy people who come to Cashflow, people way more richer than us because they've been in business for longer. And the first thing they say is, "Boy, Rog, I wish I met you 25 years ago. You know, saved me from 2 bankruptcies and 3 divorces." You know, that's the usual thing we hear from people. The amount of times they fail over and over and over again, and they build themselves back up and fail again and build themselves back up. Next recession hit, they lose everything, and the wife leaves them with the kids, and they build themselves back up, and then the new wife leaves them again. That's a normal thing, right? Women, vice versa, of course, right? I'm not being biased. Vice versa as well. Husband leave them, business crash. It happens. But with Cashflow, you get to make mistakes in a simulation. That's why it works so well. So, in terms of assets, I have my first asset, of course, is Cashflow Club. Cashflow Club is a business. It's a franchise from the States. I love franchises. If you get to know me, I'll talk about franchises all day long because I love franchises. We also have like network marketing, that's a business. Now, network marketing, a lot of people don't like it. But guess what? People from network marketing, the kind of skills they get from constantly selling products that are either good or bad because they have a mixture of all in that market, right? When they do cash flow, they shine like stars. They know exactly what to do. They know how to hustle hard. They know how to operate in a team. Because on this side, you know, on this side people operate by themselves. On this side, people operate in teams. Business and investing are team sports. And you actually see it on the back of all these books. Business and investing are team sports. That's why my team is here. Tammy is going to tell you about Remax. That's our latest business, right? So, Cashflow Club is one of my assets. It brings money every single month. My number 2 asset is a business called Mad Science, right? Mad Science brings money into my pocket every single month. Math Science is a science education franchise that uses a simulation-based approach to teach science and engineering. Very popular, taking market share from our competitors who also do science education. Right now there's a recession, so they're all scared. And we biting into their markets. Third one is, what else I have? Oh, Sales Training Academy. That's actually a startup. Math Science is a franchise. Sales Training Academy is a startup. Lots of businesses need sales training now, right? So we find an uptake in activity all of a sudden. And the last one is Remax, right? So I want to introduce to you a personal friend of mine, one of my greatest business partners of all time. We discovered her at Cashflow because Cashflow tends to attract a lot of very intelligent people, right? We met her at Cashflow and he said, okay, she's passionate about real estate, she's passionate about business, you know, we have to bring her in. So when we put together the franchise and we raised capital, Tammy was a must. She's very knowledgeable in law. So Tammy, let them know what they know about Remax. Give her a round of applause.
So as Roger mentioned, Remax is an international franchise and American franchise, which is good because the franchises you don't have to invent the wheel, which is always safe. So that's a good thing if you're looking for business, look for a franchise. Secondly, Remax is in over 100 countries, which is excellent. And if you go to Cashflow, you'll understand why me being part of Remax would have been a no-brainer. Because at Cashflow, I liked getting all the real estate deals because that was something I was passionate about. I just thought it was something I just liked just by the wayside because that's my job. I'm a lawyer. I go to court every day. I deal with law every single day. But with real estate, there's a lot of legal stuff. There are contracts, which people tend to bypass. That's why they come to me every single day because they sell houses and they buy houses and they write nothing down in that. Like, can you imagine that? You're handing over $100,000 as a down payment for a house and you don't have any paper trail to show that. That's bizarre, but people do that every single day. So the number one thing, if you want to buy real estate, black and white. Everything must be written down. What you listed price, how much you want to pay down, every single thing must be written down in black and white. Even if you want to write on a piece of paper and you sign and they sign, have some sort of documentation you can hold up and show that you gave somebody some money, somebody promised to buy. But that's if you're doing it by yourself. I will always advise go through an agent. That's why Remax is a real estate agency, and there's a benefit of going through a real estate agency if you want to buy or sell your property, obviously. With an agent is the one who's going to be the buffer. A good agent is trained to do background checks, due diligence. Yes, there are a lot of agencies out there. Yes, there are a lot of real estate agents. Unfortunately, it is not a regularized industry, so...
Lots of crooks.
Yeah. So you could be a real estate agent. There's nothing for you to show to verify that you're an agent or not. However, if you have if you go to a reputable firm itself or agency, there's certain standards you see. So I don't want to bash real estate agents, but really and truly pick and choose who you're dealing with because that is your buffer, that's your safeguard. So as Roger mentioned, we're in a recession. We're supposed to be doom and I don't know, because I'm not seeing that where I stand. I'm actually seeing a lot of opportunities. A lot of houses are coming on the market. So if you want to purchase, now is the time to purchase. As Roger said, you don't have to have money to buy stuff, you have to be smart. If you're looking for investment property, which I would encourage people to do, yes, because you need to get an asset, not a liability. I know a lot of people looking for their dream home, and chances are you're not going to get your dream home at your first purchase. Look for an investment property, and let that investment property allow you to buy your dream home. So, investment property, what does that mean? As he used the example, his friend had bought a mansion, lived on top and rented a below. You don't need to go that extravagant. You can look for a simple house that you can convert into either single bedrooms or rent out the entire house. Obviously, persons like someone wants to live in something flashy and updated. So don't go and buy the house that is selling for $1.2 million. Look for something that is probably $850,000 or below. And I bet you will not be spending $400,000 in repairs. Because you're looking for an investment. Something to put money into your pocket. Let's use a hypothetical example. You're renting your 2-bedroom house for, let's say, $4,000 a month. $4,000 a month. See if you could multiply that by 12, and then multiply that 12 by 5 years, because chances are you're not out on the street. Everyone here, I believe, lives in a home, and you're not like, you don't have a deadline to get out. So chances are, sacrifice for 5 years, save that money, and then use that said money to use as a down payment to buy your so-called dream home or whatever it is. Sometimes we want to reach where we're going in one step. That doesn't happen. Actually, it never really happens in a process. So let's look at let's look at real estate as a means of coming out of the rat race. So with real estate investing, you get an asset that allows you to come across a large amount of money in a short space of time. That same vendor he's a cleaner, who decided to rent out his spots. That is genius. So you went from getting $3,000, which is your nice cushiony job, and you're getting an additional $2,000 or $2,000 by 5 or 6 because you got really smart with it. That's what you need to do. You can keep your job. No one's saying to quit your job, but be smart and creative. So that's why it's called real estate investing. So before you buy anything, obviously you do a search to make sure the person who is selling actually owns the property. Don't do like people. You read in the papers, you see somebody selling something, you call them up, you reach by them, you hand over money, and not even check to see where the property is, or do any search to see if they own it, because a lot of persons are selling properties that they don't own. So there's a lot of scams out there, that is true. So don't be afraid, just do it the right way, go to an agency, or do your searches. It's not that difficult, it's not that expensive. As I tell people, a few $100 will save you thousands of dollars, because after that you have to go through court, and lawyers aren't cheap. And there's a reason why we aren't cheap.
She's not cheap at all.
Sometimes
it is
behind the process
stressful.
too.
No, it is stressful because now we have to create magic, it seems, because you'll have nothing for us to work with. Nothing. So, really and truly, save. The average search graph might cost you $500–600. That is pittance before you hand over your $50,000 check or your $100,000 check. Why won't you spend $500 for your search? Which is something you are legally obligated to do. Pay $500, you'll see the documentation come back and say, yes, this person, John Doe, does own this property. Ask for utility bill, ask for something to show the connection between that person and that property they're selling. Don't take it for granted. The truth of the matter is there are large unscrupulous persons out there. You all know this already. I'm sure you all know people who got scammed. That is normal and commonplace. It's not hype, it is reality actually. So I will ask persons before they venture into real estate investing, think of what you want. So what is the end product? Do you just simply want something that after a couple of years you're going to sell? Or is it something that you want to have for a long period of time? It's going to be 10 years investment. Then yes, look for something solid. You might have to spend a little more money, but you have to look at down the road. This property that you bought, as you mentioned, depreciation. Land does not depreciate. Houses actually don't depreciate unless you don't take care of your home, then it will depreciate. But your $850,000 that you spent in 2017, in less than 5 years, you could get millions for that said property. With little to no grand improvement, to be quite honest. There's nothing that a little paint and just general maintenance and renovation could fix. So I'll advise you now, go to the classifieds, look for your deals because they are there. Ask a lot of questions. Anyone that is hesitant to provide information, chances are, because anyone that wants their property sold will be forthcoming to let the person who's inquiring know a lot of information. Yes. Then you could easily verify these things. Go by an attorney, go an agency. Ideally, you should go through some sort of professional when you're going to buy property. Don't do your first purchase by yourself. Because there's certain things that you might bypass that someone that's in the industry will say, that's a red flag, or that is not the way it's supposed to be done. So I'll always advise, go to some sort of professional. Don't do it by yourself. And if you see a deal and it seems too good to be true, it might actually be too good to be true. Yes. So do all the necessary checks and balances, but I will guarantee real estate is the #1 way of acquiring large sums of money in a short space of time. Because if we do the math, because science beats talk and so for example, you buy a property this year and it's $850,000 mortgage it or whatever. When you mortgage it, you're paying a little more than $850,000. However, next 2 years, you realize prices going back up because we're out of the recession magically.
Yeah.
And persons want your sell property for, let's say, 1.1, 1.25, and you did nothing. It's just because there's a high demand for your property, or you happen to buy your property in an area that is upcoming. So next 2-3 years, that's why you need to be very, I don't know, you have to be creative, but you also have to have foresight. Look at areas in Trinidad that are actually developing, areas that people are now starting to migrate to. So Cunupia 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, what was going on there? Cunupia.
No, could have been.
Yes.
San Grande too.
Sandy Grande, nobody wants to go down Sandy Grande. Because Sandy Grande. So look for areas that are upcoming, that you can see the potential that right now persons are gravitating towards it, because the East-West corridor is saturated. So when people ask, oh, we want a property under $1 million, the East-West corridor, silence. Same thing. So Central is a nice area. Central is not 100% saturated. You can still get nice properties there, but meaning with your, your money. South side, yeah, you can still find it.
Something regular.
South is established. That's the whole thing. South is a city. It's established. Arima, you actually get good deals in Arima. Arima have a lot of nice upcoming. I don't know. I think between the Crossings, Vista, one or two of these areas, a lot of people are selling their homes, and a lot of people are purchasing. So Arima somehow is a very desirous area.
She just sold a property in Arima.
Yes, right
Around
there.
850,000.
No.
Yeah, I
What
remember
do you look
that.
at? Some reason.
The
Arima is not
property
done.
went for 1.85.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which part of Arima come?
When we start.
Yeah, and these are established neighborhoods. Alright, it's not brand new. So, but there are a lot of new upcoming communities that are actually going for reasonable prices, like 1.5, 1.6. So you need to look out for a deal, but you have to have money in hand, because in Trinidad, if you wait and you hesitate, you actually will miss a good opportunity. So while you need to be very diligent, you also have to be cautious. It's a very, I don't know, I want to describe it as it's a thin line that you're walking. While you don't want to be too cautious, you cannot be sitting and expecting it to be there still, because a lot of persons are there looking for properties that are in that price point, and it doesn't go comfortable. It's really the West, well, the West, the prices you pay for the West. If you get a property in the West, don't expect it under $2 million unless it's like an apartment or something small. If you want house and land in the West, make sure you have house and land money in the West, which is at least a $3 million. And that's the reality. But as Roger mentioned, it's a buyer's market, prices are falling, so you need to watch and see. I will advise persons, keep a keen eye on, especially on the East-West corridor, places that used to be really expensive, because a lot of persons are flying out for whatever reason, crime, they lost their job, they downsized, so they have to find somewhere. A lot of people are migrating, and
A lot of people are coming back because of
a lot of
Trump.
people are actually coming back as well. But the good thing is when people leave, that is good opportunities, because persons who are leaving, they are what we call a motivated seller, which means they're not going to hold their house for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. They're going to get the best value for it. And that ties us into the next point, valuations. Persons in Trinidad seem to not like to do valuations.
Banks don't care how much you think your prices, your property is worth.
And that's the reality.
You need a valuation.
For example, the property across the road might be listed for $5 million. That's because the owner probably wants $5 million for their home. And we ask, did you do a valuation on your home? No. Or they said, yes, I do a valuation, but the valuation came up low. Evaluation is evaluation, there's a scientific way why we came up to that figure. So you might want $5 million for your home, but if I'm going to purchase your house, I am going to evaluator who will be bank recommended, and the bank is only going to get me if it's 2.5, what I'm going to get is 2.5. So that is the difficulty we're having, educating sellers about the fact that you can't just call these magical figures for your home. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. So unless you have someone who's going to bridge that difference, and I don't know who has 1.5 or 1.6 million just hanging in cash, just hand you because you want $5 million for your home for whatever reason, that's not how it works. So that's the next thing. If somebody is selling a home, you should ask them, did you do a valuation on this property? How much did the valuation come up? So just for you to get a ballpark figure. Chances are they will say no. I never did any value for my home. There's so much I wanted for. They're a bit aggressive at times, but that's just the way it is. And you just learn to deal with the personalities and you get around it. But now, really and truly, it's the time to buy. If you're looking for a home for yourself, yes, especially those who are married, it's probably easier for you to qualify for mortgage and stuff. Single persons, more difficult. So I would advise you to look for investment. To be quite honest, it's for investment property, where you can get some additional money every month.
Grant Cardone said, rent where you live and own where you rent. You catch that one?
Yeah.
Rent money is not dead money.
Yes.
Rent where you live, own where you rent.
So you could be renting right now, but you like that place. You actually love that spot. You don't need to own it. You own a property that you're actually going to rent out to other persons. And you gain money. And that same money can actually pay for this house that you're renting and that you like. It's a reverse way of thinking, or it's a reverse way of how we have been taught to do things. Rent money is dead money. But if you do it the right way, yes, because rent money is dead money if you're just renting and you have no assets to bring money in. Really and truly. It is that. But if you own a piece of property that is paying for the house that you're renting in, then that's genius. Especially if you're getting a little extra. Because you're renting your place for like $4,000 or $5,000, and the place you are actually renting right now is probably like $2,500. But you like there, and you don't want to live in no mansion of a house. You're okay with your little 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment. So that is the reverse way of thinking, and it does make sense, to be quite honest. So I will advise persons, find an investment property, then look for your deal. Any other questions?
Give Tammy a round of applause. Any questions for Tammy before we move on? Alright, so you can give us our questions after. Alright, so the 6 steps to being a real estate investor. This is a video done by Robert himself, right? This is not part of the Cashflow workshop.